What's going on, guys? This is Riggs, and thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoy the gameplay we have on the screen for you. But this is a much needed video. Not only do I want to share some experiences with you guys, but also in hopes that Tencent and or PUBG Mobile watches this video, because there are a lot, and I mean a lot of issues that are going on, especially due to the fact that the PMCO is this weekend. Like, it's right around the corner, and there are a bunch of bugs and glitches. Some are new, and some have been here pretty much since the inception of PUBG Mobile, and it needs to be addressed, and I'm praying it needs to be fixed. Now, understand, this is not me hating on the game. This is more of me just griping, and in order to get things fixed, things that a lot of people aren't talking about, or at least people that don't have the reach or the microphone, if you will, that I have. And I'm hoping that some of these issues get fixed, and they get fixed ASAP. It's low-key ruining the game and experience for a lot of people. A lot of people in Discord have been very, very upset, as well as Twitter. I'm seeing it everywhere, on Reddit. You name it, you name the social media, these complaints have been going on, and we're going to address it, and we're going to do it right now. The first one, and this one is this is the one you guys saw in the thumbnail, and this, I would say, is the newest addition to the family of bugs and glitches that there's always something new that comes with every update, and this began when we got, what was it, the 0.15.5, whenever we got the Royal Pass and we got the MP5K.
Enemies ahead.
Whenever that update was, the parachute glitch. This glitch is literally ruining the game. It's so freaking horrible. And for those of you that have not experienced this, consider yourself lucky. I give you a round of applause, because those of you that are the ones that are following, not the ones that are jumping, but if you're following somebody, it seems like it's happening 9 times out of 10, where all of a sudden, when you're following them, once the parachute pops and you start descending to the ground, all of a sudden, within a split second, you'll fly to the ground. You'll either be upside down, or your feet will actually be inside the ground, not moving. You can hear the parachute. You can hear it. But you're stuck. You're not moving. If you hit an object, you'll stop. And then all of a sudden, you'll rubber band. About 5 to 10 seconds later, you'll rubber band. You're 100 meters up into the sky, and you're nowhere near anybody in your team. And this is happening again to the person that is, or the people, if you're in a squad, the people that if you're the one following. If you're the jumper, you're fine. But all the other 3 people in your squad, or the other person in your duo, only God knows where they're going to end up on the map. And again, with the PMCOs, you guys, right around the corner, this cannot be in the game. It cannot be in the game this close to not one of the biggest tournament that we have to offer, and one that's actually put on by PUBG themselves. So the parachute bug, or the parachute glitch, whatever you want to call it, tomato, it needs to get fixed. All right, now for the next one that is also brand new to the game. I'm not talking about lag issues. I'm not talking about spiking issues as far as ping or MS or anything like that. But there's this glitch where it's similar to the parachute glitch. I imagine if they fixed one, they'll be able to fix the other. But if you're the one driving in a car, you will not experience this. However, the passengers in the car will start rubber banding, it's at intervals. So you'll be driving fine for maybe 30 seconds or so. Then all of a sudden, you'll see it happening on screen. And then all of a sudden, you'll start rubber banding, and then you won't even know where you're going to end up. The reason why this cannot be in the game is because if you're rolling up onto a compound, and it's at the same time where you have that lag spike or that rubber banding, your teammate could jump out of the car. They're shooting, and only God knows what you're seeing on your screen, and all of a sudden you're dead, and it's just kind of ruining the game. Same thing goes with the parachute glitch. It happened when we went ahead and dropped Novo crates. Half our squad got wiped because they thought their faces were buried in the sand like a freaking ostrich. And it turned out that it was the parachute glitch. And then they're dead, they get thirsted, and on their screen they were still parachuting. But in reality, what the enemy was seeing was their feet on the ground, just standing there pretty much looking AFK. Again, same thing goes with the car. It cannot be in the game. The same thing happened. We rolled up on Pachinki or Razak or somewhere, and it was at the worst time where we were pushing a squad, and it starts doing that rubber band inside the vehicle, and the squad jumps out, and what I see on my screen is just the vehicle kind of lagging out. But turns out we were already pushing, and we were already there, and me and someone else in our squad didn't know it. It needs to get fixed. These are some of the newer ones. A lot of people are also getting stuck on random objects. They're getting stuck in windows. There's windows that are notorious, since we were talking about Pachinki, especially Pachinki, but a lot of second story windows that have an awning or a balcony on it. You'll get stuck to where you either have to be naded in order to get out of that window, or you have to, luckily, your character, if you're lucky enough, will prone, or sometimes you can get lucky enough to crouch, and then that will sometimes fix it. But again, some of these glitches, the first two we talked about were the new glitches. This other one has been around for quite some time. It just seems like it's happening more frequently than it did before. Another one that I want to talk about that's very, very important is the hill glitching. It's still a huge issue. I'd say distance-wise, 200 meters and beyond that, 300 meters. Well, actually, no, way closer than 300 meters is actually pretty far. I think you stop rendering after 350. I would say between 200 and 250 to 300 meters, there's the infamous hill glitch, where somebody will be behind an object. So the person behind, like a mountain or a berm that's very, very far away, to them, they're hidden, they're covered. But to the person shooting at them, it looks like they're wide out in open space. You're like, okay, cool, I'm going to go ahead and knock this guy. You square up, you go ahead and you shoot at them, and then you can actually see the dirt fly up, meaning that they're actually behind cover. So not only have you now given up your position, now the enemy knows where you are, and where you're at, you might be inside of a building, right? So you're not going to be, quote-unquote, hill glitched to them. They are, and if someone plays this game long enough, they'll know, oh, they're shooting at me, but they're missing. That means I'm hill glitched. And then they'll either go ahead and rotate out, or they can take that, or take that certain position and take advantage of it. And these are the types of things that we do not want. Okay, and another big one, the one I kind of want to end this on, and this is a huge one, and again, this has nothing to do with ping, in a sense, where it has to do with how the game is loading for someone else. And when I say the word, you guys are going to say, oh my god, I hate that. Kind of almost saving the best for last year. And this one comes down to desync. Desync has been around, I don't even know, I want to say, if I look back, I'd say maybe season 6. I guarantee you desync was not even a thing when this game first dropped. And if it was, I never experienced it, and neither did anyone else. I'd say around season 5, season 6 is when people really started noticing this desync. For those of you that, again, haven't experienced this, or you've been lucky enough not to experience this, it's when say you're getting shot at, and you're straight up, you get behind an object. Let's say it's a wall, and you know you're safe and secure behind that wall, but all of a sudden you get knocked, even though you're way beyond that wall, or sometimes even worse, you actually die. And what it comes down to is on the person that was shooting at you, to them, you were not behind that wall. You did not get behind that wall in time. They were able to take you out, and we'll just use knock for example. They were able to knock you, and you're like, bro, I was behind this wall. I was completely safe. And this is if you experience this, that's what we're calling desync. This is another bug or glitch that has been in the game for a very, very long time, and it often happens when the other opponent. Some people say playing with lag actually benefits you. Sometimes I actually think that's true. But if the person that's lagging out, they will see you at a different interval from where you think you are, and they're able to take you out. Their shots are all going to register, even though what you're seeing on your screen is completely and utterly different. And this is another thing that's, again, been in the game for a very, very long time, and it just continues with this frustration. But the newest ones are the parachute glitch, and we shouldn't have to find ways around things to make the game playable in that sense. But I will go ahead and share with you guys a little tip. We always try to share tips and tricks on the channel. For those of you guys experiencing this parachute thing and you want to drop with your teammate, the goal is, or the trick is, the second the person you're following, once you see that parachute first pop, you want to go ahead and select unfollow pretty much immediately, or sometimes even just before. This is only a band-aid. This is not a cure for this problem, because what happens is your team will be way far out in front, especially for those that didn't hit unfollow. They'll be way out in front, and you'll kind of be ascending in the air for a little bit before you'll go ahead and get your kilometers per hour back up as you make your way down to the ground. It's, again, PMCO, guys. The Club Open is this weekend from when I'm making this video. And imagine watching the stream and seeing these guys having to deal with that, where they're parachuting, they're spectating them, and before you know it, their faces are buried inside the ground with their legs sticking up like you guys saw on the thumbnail. And people are looking around like, what is this? There's going to be a lot of people watching this stream that probably have never even played the game before. And this is an incredible way to reach so many people and get people to play this game. And if you see glitches and bugs like this, it's just not going to work. There's all kinds. We still have the one-shot glitch sometimes. We also have the one where you'll be trying to control the recoil with your thumb or with your finger, depending how you play, and it won't let you. Your screen will not register you pulling down, and your recoil, you'll be going up into the sky. It's insane, the types of things that are happening in this game. And I'm only saying this because they need to get addressed. It needs to get fixed. So anyway, we all love the game. We want to keep playing the game, but we just want to play it in how it was when we first started playing. And it just seems like each time they add these new features, these new wheels, these new skins, all these new features, these new royal passes, these new games, these new modes, these new weapons, but it's always offset with a different problem. So again, hopefully it gets fixed. I love each and every one of you. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I want to hear you guys' comments. Let me know. Maybe there's a glitch or a bug that you've experienced that I haven't, that I didn't mention in this video. Let me know. Hopefully Tencent watch this video and we can just do our part on the biggest small channel on YouTube to hopefully fix probably the funnest game that I think I've ever played. And anyway, I love each and every one of you. Like, comment, subscribe, and until the next one, this has been Riggs from Riggs Gaming.